Oh, goody.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Zombies here again, and today we're back with another Marvel Snap video. So today, doing something a little different. We got some announcements today via IGN Live about some of the future things coming to Snap. So I figured we'd watch it live and then talk about it afterwards. But in terms of what I'm expecting from this, not a whole lot. I think the expectations have been set that we're gonna probably get a new roadmap, which will go over what we can expect in the near future, as well as a bit further down the line. And probably the main thing people have been asking for and wanting to see is a new game mode. And it sounds like via the data mines that might be just around the corner. So I imagine that is probably what we're going to get the most details on today. So hopefully that's good because, well, Conquest I think has gotten old for a lot of people. And people just want a different way to engage with Snap that kind of rekindles some of that initial fun we all had when starting out the game early on. So hopefully we'll see that. Let's take a look at what Marvel Snap has for us today. And one other thing I would like to see showcased here is something to help out either new or returning players. Snap has changed a lot over the course of its life, and one of the more recent developments is that a lot of these new cards are very strong. Not necessarily like broken strong to where they need to be insta-nerfed or whatever, but strong enough to really define the metagame, and more meta decks are having more and more of these new Series 5 releases in them, making them kind of prohibitively expensive to a lot of players, whether that is a player who is new at the game, or maybe a player who is interested in returning after taking a couple months off. So anything to really help out those people get back into the game, I think would be pretty big for Snap. Anyways, let's take a look at the announcements. Okay, well, after half an hour of waiting around through some cringe IGN segments, the stuff is just posted online, so we're going to read it here instead, because I don't think I can suffer through any more of that. Developer Roadmap, June 2024. Welcome to our next Marvel Snap development roadmap. It's been a while, we missed you, got some juicy stuff to jump into, including details on brand new in-game events and long-anticipated Alliance feature, formerly known as Clans. Team has set a goal this year to ensure Marvel Snap is filled with exciting in-game events and special occasions. We aim to offer different ways to play and various rewards for playing. Should always feel like there's something new in Marvel Snap. There's an action-packed few weeks coming up, kicking off with a chimichanga-fueled Deadpool season. New in-game events and drumroll alliances will be launching July 30th, so a little bit over a month, or just under 2 months. July 30th, that is when clans are launching. New roadmap coming soon. Deadpool's Diner, I assume this is the new mode or new event or whatever. Improved technical performance, custom card improvements. Okay, I mean, we'll see what the mode looks like. In development, alliances, which we have a date for. Leagues, which we don't have a date for. New card mechanic, don't know what that is. Collectible infinity splits. I'm not sure what they mean by this. Maybe new splits is what they're saying, probably. In concept, draft mode. So it seems they might actually make a draft mode for this game, which is honestly surprising given some of their prior comments towards making a draft mode. And truthfully, I don't know how well Snap is actually going to be suited for a draft mode, but I guess we'll see. Card acquisition improvements, that's cool. It's a shame it's so far away. Alliances competition, sure. These dev roadmap blogs are a great way to share what the team is currently jamming on, the direction we're going, and getting feedback from our incredible community. But quick reminder, plans change all the time. Sometimes you realize very late that a feature isn't going to work out. You might notice character mastery is missing from this roadmap, and that's exactly what happened here. We discovered some feature blocking technical architecture issues. Hashtag game development. No worries, the team has pivoted towards some awesome things we're excited to share. As someone who was kind of looking forward to Mastery, that's kind of a bummer. Looks like Mastery is going the way of Ultimate Variant upgrades and First Edition badges and getting thrown in the trash can, which is, I think, kind of sad. Items listed here in the first phase, yada yada. Okay, so coming soon, Deadpool Diner, improved technical performance, card customization. Deadpool's Diner, so new mode or event. Team has set a goal, yada yada. We aim to offer different various rewards for playing. It should always feel like there's something new. Okay. Take a seat, amigo. Celebrate the upcoming Deadpool Wolverine movie. In the Snap season, we're introducing a brand new in-game event. Here at Deadpool's Diner, you bet Deadpool bubs before you play. You will first start on table 1, where you'll be given enough bubs for your first match. As you win, you'll earn enough bubs to step up to table 2, 3, and 4, so on. As the table increases, so does the risk, but no risk, no reward. Make your way up to the biggest plate. You'll unlock a brand new card, Cassandra Nova. The games inside Deadpool's Diner will be outside of the typical ladder, so there's no risk to your ranking, just to your stomach and that questionable chimichanga. We love the extra layers of strategy and decision making this event brings to Snap, not to mention rewards. Hope this is an event we can bring back in the future. So it seems like it's like ladder, but it's not ladder. You have bubs and you use them to get to different tables and you get different rewards, and the final reward is a card. I mean, giving a card as a reward is a good thing, but it's a big question mark on how easy or hard is this to obtain. Because if the card is locked behind like being really, really good at the game, I don't think that's going to be received super well. I think if you're going to give people a way of getting a card, you want that to be something most players can engage with. Because if you can't engage with it, you don't get a card and it feels like nothing happened, right? So some thoughts about this. Obviously, it would be helpful to have a little bit more understanding, but just an initial reaction, it seems neat. It's nice that there's something else to do. It's nice that you can get rewards. Those are all good things. Alternate ways to play the game are good. But if it's just a seasonal event, I do think that is going to leave people wanting more. I mean, I think people really wanted a new game mode, and it sounds like maybe they'll bring this back themed differently to different things, which, I mean, that's fine. I think it's a good addition. But I don't think it's necessarily going to be what a lot of people were looking for in terms of like, hey, I have a whole new way to play the game whenever I want to do so. Because it doesn't sound like that is what this is. One more thing about the new mode, I noticed reading in the pictures that games are going to auto double on turn 4 and turn 5. And that definitely raises some questions for me in terms of, does the snap mechanic still work like it normally does? So you have potentially 2 auto doubles on 4 and 5. You can double, each player could double from a snap. And is there an auto double on turn 6 like there normally is in Snap? I think that is going to be pretty relevant. That's probably why the numbers are so high, because they have all this doubling. But also, I think there are concerns there when you make a game where retreating is very much a core part of the gameplay experience because of how it interacts with the Snap mechanic. I do think auto doubling probably is going to result in more retreats than we see in a normal amount of Snap games. Getting a card as a reward from the event is an interesting idea. I like the idea of getting more people more cards through gameplay stuff. The big question is, how hard is it going to be to get this card? And I believe from data mines, it sounds like this card is no longer going to be in a Spotlight cache. It's just going to be through this, at least initially. I'm sure there'll be another way to get it eventually. But that definitely raises some questions in terms of how hard is this to get? And is it easy enough to get to where most players can like reasonably interact with this just by playing the game? Or is it something that is going to be more limited based off of how good you are at the game? The number here seems really high, 500 million. Obviously, you're probably going to have a whole month to do this. And with the doubling system, I imagine the numbers get really big really quick, because we can see it starts off with 80 bubs and then the next picture is 10.24 million. So I imagine it's really going to scale up rather high. We can see on the picture on the right, though, like it really scales up high at the end where it goes 50 million, 100 million, 200 million, 500 million. We can see some borders in there, which I think are new. Red, distressed, something, this something borders. So this is how we're going to see borders added to the game without having to buy them. I'm sure some people will be happy about that, as borders have been kind of like a feature people have liked but don't really want to pay the high prices for, so nice you can earn them. But there are a lot of questions surrounding this that I think will determine whether or not this mode is received positively, and I think the biggest one is, how easy is it for players to just get the card by playing the game? Here's some features that are currently in development: alliances, leagues, new card mechanic, collectible, infinity split. One of the most requested features for Snap is finally coming. Alliances, releasing the 30th. Alliances are the heart of our game's social experience. providing players with the opportunity to join forces, build communities, strategize together. Whether you're founding a new alliance, joining one, you'll be able to collaborate with fellow members to complete bounties, chat with alliance members, earn fantastic rewards. We have big dreams for alliances, and we'll be expanding on the feature over time, including our next step, alliance competitions. Alliance is a feature for you, and we'll be releasing it in phases based on your feedback. So yeah, make a clan, join up with people. I guess you do things in game. It'll have little quests, and you probably get collective rewards. I mean, yeah, that seems good. I would like a little bit more specific detail on how some of this stuff is going to work, but we can see in the pictures, it looks like you have some quests for different things. You get some rewards. I imagine everyone contributes to it, yada yada. I think this is pretty on par with what a lot of people were expecting from quests. I think this is on par with what a lot of people were expecting from clans. The one thing I'm curious about is going to be clan size, because the data mines made it sound kind of small, and I think that would be a little unfortunate if you have a lot of people who want to join up with you. Leagues are another example of the new in-game events that we're bringing to our ongoing Marvel Snap calendar. Leagues are limited time events where you'll be matched in a group of 30. Yeah, we know what leagues are. Standard League or Premium League, they changed that after the feedback of the pay-to-win stuff, so hopefully you won't be seeing pay-to-win stuff in leagues after that feedback. During the event, just play games as normal. You get league points, you get rewards, so on and so forth. People on the top will get more. New card mechanic, eye emojis. Yeah. They don't even talk about the new Infinity Splits, or collectible Infinity Splits. Is that what they said? Yeah. But I imagine it's just new splits, maybe like the one we saw in the data mine a while back. In concept, we have big dreams about stuff in concept. It's further out, yada yada. Draft mode, card acquisition improvements, alliances, competition. Given how long it takes for stuff in the in concept stage to actually make it into the game, and the fact that this is like the third roadmap where we're seeing something that was in concept not actually being planned to make it into the game in the future, I feel like this is a section that is best off being mostly ignored until it actually happens in the game. Yeah, but draft mode, we've had this one on the to-do list since the inception. Draft mode is a cornerstone of collectible card games. We're excited to bring a snapified version to our game. I'm curious how they're going to find a way to monetize it. Would love to hear your thoughts about what is core to draft. I don't know. I maybe draft can be cool. I know some people are really going to want that. But I don't know if I necessarily see draft being what most people would want as a new mode. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. Card acquisition stuff, not great seeing that so far away, because I feel like the pain point of card acquisition issues is happening right now, where a lot of people are noticing more and more new releases are becoming very big metagame staples, and it feels like it's hard to keep up for a lot of players. And so seeing that far off isn't great. And then alliances competition, I don't really have anything to say about that. That's just like, okay, more stuff for clans, probably has more rewards, more stuff to do. Sure, fine, it's cool. Okay, so overview and thoughts. I think it was a bit underwhelming. I do think Mastery just being completely wiped off the thing is going to put a lot of people off, because there were a lot of people excited about that feature. And it kind of just reinforces what I have felt for a while with the roadmaps, which is anything far out might as well not happen until it's in the game. Because yeah, we don't know if it's actually ever going to make it to the game. As someone who is previously looking forward to some features that got removed from the roadmap, yeah, I think that is disappointing. The pros are that the stuff coming does seem like it is largely going to add more free rewards to the game via the clans and the Deadpool Diner event, and presumably other events that are like it, and or leagues. Like, more free stuff is good. More things that give you a little bit of a different way to play are good. But I don't know if this event is going to exactly be what a lot of people were necessarily hoping for in terms of like a new way to engage with Marvel Snap, as presumably playing Snap isn't any different in Deadpool's Diner. It's just your resources are different and your goals are a bit different. But essentially the gameplay loop is the exact same thing, right? Like, you want to win games to get the currency you get from winning games, and then you get rewards for it. I do think it is better to have these roadmaps be a little bit more bare bones in terms of like, hey, if we're not sure on something, maybe we shouldn't put it here, because I think they have pretty consistently put things there that people were looking forward to and then remove them and let people down. So it's really better to under-promise and over-deliver than over-promise and under-deliver. And I feel like that has been a consistent issue that Snap has had. So yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to hear what other people think about this. It's hard to judge the Deadpool's Diner and Alliances stuff until we get a little bit more information, other than just the screenshots we saw here that explained it a little bit, and get to actually interact with them in game. It sounds like both of these things are going to be next month, right? Like, this is themed around the next season, which is the Deadpool season, so that's not super far away. And then Alliance is at the end of the month. So I guess if nothing else, July will be nice in terms of adding new features to the game. It just remains to be seen how much people like these features, because we don't really know a whole ton about them aside from just like what we're seeing in the image. So yeah, that is our Marvel Snap developer update roadmap stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm curious to hear it. And if you enjoyed it, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.